Hi, welcome in. Dar here from Dar's Divine Connections, along with my fur pal, Dusty Boy. And we're here to talk about the 4 manifesting roadblocks. It might be a little bit nicer to call them variables, right, Dusty? He's just going to hang out on my lap for a while. But that's what we're going to discuss today. So you can't always get what you want. Does that sound familiar? It's in the top 100 songs of all time, written by the Rolling Stones, Mick Jagger, and Keith Richards. And I tend to agree with that to an extent. You can't always get what you want if the timing isn't right, or if you have some mind work, mind care, or mind control to do. Any of those things. But if you reflect back to my previous video on law of attraction and manifesting, you might remember that there's 4 steps to that. So the first one is raise your vibration. The second one is clearly visualize on what you want. The third one is take appropriate action and start somewhere. And the fourth one is feel the emotions as if it's here in the here and now. So add that excitement or that boost. I often joke that the universe, God, spirit, the guys upstairs, your angel team, whatever you believe in, only has 3 possible answers when you ask for something. So the first answer is yes. Of course, we all like that one, right? The second answer is not right now. The third answer is there's something better out there. And sometimes we forget that, right? So for discussion purposes, let's call them 4 variables because that seems nicer than roadblocks or pitfalls. But there are also 4 variables that might occur when you feel like you're going through all the manifesting steps correctly and you're just not sure why nothing seems to be happening. So the first variable is pushy. You might have followed all of those steps, but you're getting impatient with the timing. And let me mention that I can be accused of that one. Being a little pushy, it takes patience because divine timing is extremely different sometimes than human timing. I know many of my clients, they set up a schedule of how they want an order of things to occur and then become quite disappointed when that doesn't happen. Let's look at somebody graduating from high school, going to maybe 4 years of college, getting the dream job, and then just it's time to get married, just that's the order that things are supposed to be. Where is my partner? Where is that true love? The true love is supposed to be coming right now, and then we're supposed to be having children, and then I have this beautiful home and the old-fashioned saying, the white picket fence. So that's an example that sometimes we get real pushy and we have our own schedule, different than the scheduling of the divine. So pushy is pitfall number 1. The second variable is neediness, pleading for what you want, repeating and repeating as if no one had heard you, but then not maybe taking the action or not taking quite the right step to begin with. So with this one, let's remember nobody likes a whiner, and neither does the universe. The third variable or pitfall is making comparisons, which is actually making value judgments. So looking outside of ourselves at how other people are getting what they want, and why do they get what they want and why don't we? And this is very common in children, right? Oh, he got a truck and I want that truck. Or no, I don't want this color truck. I want that color truck. I have 8 grandsons, so that's why truck came up into my mind. But we get to making comparisons. As if they can have it, why can't we? Our best friend is doing such and such. Why can't we do so and so? The final pitfall, number 4, is probably one of the most complex, and that is fear. Dr. Wayne Dyer states that fear stands for false evidence appearing real. So an F in fear is false, the E in fear is evidence, the A in fear is appearing, and the R in fear is real. The positive things about fear is that every time you overcome it, you get stronger, and you can turn the fear into fuel. Think of it like a medical vaccine, in that when you're given a small dose over time, it builds up an immunity, right? And you will gain power to overcome fear that same way. Little bits, little bits, little bits, stepping forward from the fear. There are 4 more positive aspects to turn fear into a manifesting tool. So the emotion of fear, when viewed carefully, is actually the emotion of excitement. It's an opportunity for change. So that's a positive thing about the emotion of fear. Another thing about fear is when fear is present, you're presented usually with a choice. And a very obvious choice is A, stay in one place, or B, change, break through, grow. In other words, fear pretty much always means growth. Another example of the positive side of fear is even if you fail or you fall short of your goal, you broke through the fear and you kept a promise to yourself. And that is a measure of success. You didn't settle for mediocrity. You didn't settle to stay stuck. You moved ahead even if you considered what you did a failure. You still moved out of your fear. So fear was a terrific motivator. And maybe the most important aspect about fear that we can turn to a positive statement is that fear happens anyway. It's natural. So why not use it for fuel instead of staying stuck? Fear is something that I break through every time I get in front of the camera and start chatting away with you. So overall, the 4 steps of law of attraction and manifesting what you want in your life can be achieved by raising your vibration, by visualizing what you want and making it very specific, by taking appropriate action, and by feeling the emotion of the now. You can take those 4 steps and then avoid the being pushy, avoid the expecting things to happen in exactly that way. Avoid making comparisons, avoid whining and being needy, and then turn your fears, Instead of avoiding fear, let's break through it and use fear as a motivator for manifesting. So thank you for letting me share my truth and my ideas on manifesting and why sometimes you just can't always get what you want. Be sure to email me at darsdivineconnections@gmail.com if you have any questions. I answer all my emails personally. And until next time, Dusty and I are wishing you a wonderful day. Blessings your way for now.